My beloved child, now you are stepping into the deepest layer of this message, the part that most people are never ready to hear, because it requires not just awareness, but acceptance of a truth that changes how you see everything around you. What happened was not just about someone speaking your name, it was about what got activated after your name carried weight in a place beyond the physical. Because when something about you is discussed in a spiritual space, it doesn't just end in conversation, it creates a reaction, and that reaction has now begun to manifest in ways you are starting to feel in your daily life. Since that moment, there has been an invisible shift around you, subtle but powerful, like an unseen hand adjusting the direction of your path, like doors quietly opening and closing without explanation, like certain people becoming distant while others suddenly appear with unexpected energy, and you may have brushed it off as coincidence, but deep inside, you felt it. Something is different, something is moving, something is aligning in a way that cannot be ignored anymore. Because when the guides sense that you are protected, when they recognize that your life is under divine covering, it did not just inform the person who came asking, it also confirmed something in the unseen realm. That you are entering a phase where interference is no longer allowed the way it once was, where access to your energy is being restricted, where not everyone can reach you the same way anymore, and that is why you are beginning to feel a separation happening around you. Not as punishment, but as protection. There are connections in your life right now that are being quietly reevaluated, bonds that are being tested without you even initiating it, and people who once had easy access to you are now finding it harder to understand you, harder to connect with you, harder to influence you, and this is not accidental. This is intentional. Because where you are going, not everyone can follow, and not everyone is meant to come with you into the next phase of your life. And the person who spoke about you, they are also going through something internally, something they may never admit to you, because after hearing what was revealed, they cannot look at you the same way anymore. There is a realization within them that you are not operating on the same level they thought you were, that there is something about you they cannot control, cannot predict, cannot fully grasp, and that realization creates distance, even if they try to hide it behind normal behavior. You might notice moments where they hesitate before speaking, moments where their energy feels guarded, moments where they seem to observe you more than engage with you, and this is because they are now aware that there is more to you than what they once assumed, and that awareness has shifted their approach towards you. But here is the truth that you must fully embrace, my beloved child. You are not here to be understood by everyone, you are here to fulfill what has been placed within you, and sometimes that means walking a path that others cannot interpret, cannot follow, and cannot interfere with. And as this realization settles within you, something powerful begins to happen. You stop seeking validation from people who cannot see your full picture, you stop explaining yourself to those who are not meant to understand you, and you start moving with a quiet confidence that comes from knowing that your direction is not controlled by opinions, but by something far greater. This is the moment where your discernment sharpens even more, where you begin to recognize energies without needing words, where you sense intentions without needing proof, where you understand who is aligned with you and who is simply present around you, and this clarity will not come loudly, it will come quietly, through feelings, through intuition, through moments where something just doesn't feel right and you finally choose to trust that feeling instead of ignoring it. Because for a long time, you have been aware, but you have also been patient, giving people the benefit of the doubt, allowing situations to unfold without reacting, but now you are being called to step into a higher level of awareness, one where you no longer ignore what is being shown to you, one where you no longer question your instincts, one where you move with intention instead of hesitation. And this does not mean you become distant from everyone, it means you become selective. It means you protect your energy, your time, your presence. It means you understand that not everyone deserves access to your inner world, and that is not arrogance, that is wisdom. Because what you carry is not light in the ordinary sense, it is powerful, it is noticeable, it is something that shifts environments, and that is why it draws attention, curiosity, and sometimes even silent observation from others. And as you continue forward, you will begin to see something even more clearly. The same situations that once confused you will start making sense, the same patterns you couldn't understand will reveal their purpose, and the same people you questioned will show you exactly where they stand without needing confrontation. This is clarity, my beloved child. This is what happens when you step into alignment with what has always been guiding you. And even though this journey may feel intense at times, even though it may feel like you are seeing things others are not, feeling things others cannot explain, you must remember this. You are not alone in this process. Every step you are taking is being guided, every shift you are experiencing is being allowed, and every layer being revealed to you is part of your growth. So do not resist it. Do not fear it. Do not try to go back to a version of yourself that was unaware just to feel comfortable again. Because that version of you has already served its purpose. You are stepping into something greater now. Something clearer. Something stronger. And nothing that was spoken about you can change that. It can only confirm it. My beloved child, before you scroll, before you even think this is just another message, I need you to understand something deeply unsettling yet powerfully divine. This is not a coincidence, this is not random, and this is not something you were just meant to come across. This message found you because something has already been set in motion behind your back, something spiritual, something intentional, something that involves someone you trust. Someone close to you has already spoken your name in a place you cannot see, in a realm you cannot hear, and what they revealed about you has triggered a chain of events that is now reaching your life at this very moment. Listen carefully, because this is not meant to scare you, it is meant to awaken you. There is a person in your life, someone who smiles with you, talks with you, maybe even supports you on the surface, but deep inside, they carry thoughts about you that they have never fully expressed. Thoughts mixed with curiosity, confusion, envy, and even fear. This person has been watching your life shift, watching your energy change, watching doors open for you in ways they cannot explain, and instead of understanding it, they felt compelled to seek answers elsewhere. Not from you, but from someone they believe holds spiritual insight. A guide, a reader, a voice they trust to interpret what they cannot comprehend. And when they spoke about you, they did not just mention your name casually. They revealed details, patterns, behaviors, moments of your life that you thought only existed between you and God. They spoke about your struggles, your growth, your silent battles, your recent changes, and the unusual things happening around you. And as those words left their mouth, something shifted in the unseen realm. Because when your name is spoken with intention, especially in a spiritual setting, it creates movement. It opens doors, it calls attention, and it activates forces that begin to observe, to respond, and sometimes even to intervene. But here is where it becomes serious, my beloved child. The response they received was not what they expected. The guide did not simply give them ordinary answers. Instead, there was a pause, a hesitation, a moment where the energy around your name felt different. Because what surrounds you is not ordinary. What protects you is not weak. And what is happening in your life right now is not something that can be easily explained or interfered with. The guide sensed something. Something powerful, something guarded, something chosen. And they told this person that there is a divine covering over your life, that you are being led, that you are being prepared, that you are not walking randomly but are being directed step by step even when you don't realize it. And when those words were spoken, the person who came asking about you felt something shift inside them. A mixture of shock, disbelief, and even discomfort. Because deep down, they did not expect to hear that you are protected, that you are favored, that your path is being guided in ways beyond human understanding. And since that moment, their energy towards you has not been the same. You may have felt it without knowing why. A slight distance, a change in tone, an unspoken tension, or even a sudden interest in your life that feels different from before. That is not your imagination. That is the ripple effect of what was revealed. Because when someone learns that you are not easily accessible, spiritually, that you are not easily influenced, that you are not just another person walking without purpose, it changes how they see you. It changes how they approach you. And sometimes, it even changes how they feel about you. But listen closely, because this is where your power lies. Nothing that was revealed about you can harm you. Nothing that was spoken can break what has already been established over your life. Because what you carry was given to you by God, not by people, not by opinions, not by hidden conversations. And what God has placed over you cannot be undone by whispers, cannot be weakened by curiosity, and cannot be touched by those who do not understand it. You were never meant to be fully understood by everyone around you. That is why certain people feel confused by your journey. That is why some feel drawn to you but cannot explain why. That is why others watch you closely but never truly connect with your depth. Because your life is not meant to be decoded by human logic alone. It is spiritual, it is intentional, it is unfolding in layers that only you and God can truly see. And what happened behind your back was not an attack. It was a revelation. Not for them, but for you. Because now you are being shown that your life is being observed in ways you did not realize. That your growth is being noticed. That your changes are being felt. And that your presence carries something that cannot be ignored. You may ask, why would someone close to me do this? Why would they take my name to someone else instead of coming to me? And the answer is simple yet deep. Because they do not fully understand you. And instead of asking you directly, they chose a path that felt safer for them. A path where they could seek answers without revealing their own insecurities, their own questions, their own hidden feelings. But even in that choice, there is a lesson for you. Not everyone who is close to you truly knows you. Not everyone who stands beside you fully supports you. And not everyone who smiles with you carries pure intentions. But that does not mean you need to fear them. It means you need to become more aware, more grounded, more connected to the source that has been guiding you all along. Because the truth is, my beloved child, what is happening in your life right now is not small. You are shifting. You are evolving. You are stepping into something that requires a different level of awareness, a different level of protection, and a different level of understanding. And moments like this are not meant to break you, they are meant to sharpen you. You are being shown that your life is not hidden, that your journey is being witnessed, and that even when people try to understand you through external means, they still cannot fully grasp what God is doing within you. And that is your strength. That is your shield. That is your confirmation. So do not react with fear. Do not react with anger. Do not confront blindly. Instead, observe. Stay silent where needed. Protect your energy. And continue walking the path that has been laid before you. Because the same God who allowed your name to be spoken is the same God who controls what happens after it is spoken. Nothing has been taken from you. Nothing has been exposed in a way that can harm you. Instead, something has been confirmed. That you are not ordinary. That your life carries weight. That your presence triggers curiosity, attention, and even spiritual inquiry. And that is not something to run from. That is something to honor with wisdom. And as you move forward from this moment, you will start noticing things more clearly. The way people speak to you, the way they look at you, the way they respond to your energy. And instead of questioning yourself, you will begin to understand that not everyone is meant to walk closely with you in every season. Some are meant to observe from a distance. Some are meant to learn from you without fully accessing you. And some are simply meant to be part of your journey without ever truly understanding your purpose. This is your moment to rise in awareness, to deepen your connection with God, to trust the protection that surrounds you, and to walk with a quiet confidence that does not need validation from anyone. Because what has been revealed about you in secret has already been sealed in heaven. And no conversation, no curiosity, no hidden inquiry can change what has already been written for your life. So stand firm, stay grounded, and remember. You are seen, you are known, and you are protected in ways far beyond what the human eye can perceive. My beloved child, you made it to this part for a reason, because what I'm about to reveal now goes even deeper than what you just heard. This is the part many people never understand, the part that separates those who are merely aware from those who are truly awakened. Because after your name was spoken, after that spiritual guide sensed something unusual around you, the energy did not just stop there. It continued to move, it continued to unfold, and it began to reveal things that even the person who asked about you was not prepared to hear. There was a shift in the atmosphere the moment your energy was read, almost as if something stepped in, something unseen but undeniable, something that made it clear that you are not to be handled lightly. The guide felt it, even if they could not fully explain it. A resistance, a protection, a boundary that could not be crossed easily. And in that moment, the message became very clear. You are not just being watched, you are being guarded. And when the guide tried to look deeper, to understand more about your path, there were limitations. Not because you are hidden in fear, but because you are covered in purpose. There are things about your life that are not meant to be revealed prematurely, things that are still unfolding, things that are protected until the right time. And that alone created a sense of unease in the one who came asking about you. Because they expected clarity, they expected control, they expected to receive answers they could use. But instead, they were met with mystery, with restriction, with a quiet warning that not everything about you is accessible. And that realization changed something inside them. Because now they understand that you are not someone they can easily figure out, not someone they can define, and definitely not someone they can manipulate through external insight. And this is where your awareness becomes your greatest strength, my beloved child. Because when someone realizes they cannot fully understand you, they begin to react in different ways. Some will pull back, creating distance because they feel uncertain around your energy. Some will lean in closer, trying to observe you more carefully, trying to decode you through your actions. And some will feel a silent discomfort, because your presence reflects something within them that they are not ready to face. You may already be sensing this shift. Conversations that feel slightly off, moments where someone studies you more than usual, or even situations where people act differently around you without explanation. These are not random changes. These are responses to what has already been set in motion. But here is the truth you must hold on to. You are not responsible for how others process your energy. You are not here to make yourself smaller so others feel comfortable. And you are not meant to explain every part of your journey just so others can understand it. Your path is divine, and divine paths are not always meant to be fully visible to everyone. And while all of this is happening externally, something even more important is happening within you. You are being called to step into a higher level of discernment. To trust your instincts more deeply. To pay attention to the subtle signals your spirit has been giving you. Because you already know more than you think. You have already felt things before they happened. You have already sensed energies before they were revealed. And now, those abilities are becoming sharper, clearer, stronger. This is not a coincidence. This is activation. You are being prepared to move differently, to speak differently, to choose differently. To no longer ignore what your spirit is telling you. Because the same way others are trying to understand you, you are being given the ability to understand situations, people, and energies on a deeper level. And as this unfolds, you may feel moments of isolation. Moments where you feel like no one truly gets you. Moments where you question why you are becoming more aware while others seem to remain the same. But do not mistake this for loneliness. This is alignment. Because as you rise in awareness, not everyone can walk at the same pace as you. Not everyone can meet you at the level you are stepping into. And that is not a loss. That is a necessary separation that creates space for the right connections to enter your life. And remember this clearly, my beloved child. What was revealed about you was not meant to expose you. It was meant to confirm you. To show that even when others try to look into your life, they are met with the truth that you are protected, that you are guided, and that you are not alone in this journey. So instead of fear, choose confidence. Instead of doubt, choose trust. Instead of reacting, choose observation. Because everything that is happening right now is aligning you with a higher version of yourself. A version that sees clearly, moves wisely, and trusts deeply. And as you continue forward, you will begin to notice something powerful. The same people who once questioned you will start to respect your distance. The same people who once tried to understand you will begin to accept that they cannot fully define you. And the same energy that once felt uncertain will slowly transform into recognition. Because truth cannot stay hidden forever. And neither can purpose. So stay grounded, stay aware, and most importantly, stay connected to the source that has been guiding you from the very beginning. Because what is unfolding is not just a moment. It is a transformation. And you are right in the center of it.